Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome. You're watching another episode of Candid with me, Sidra Iqbal. This is our season 3 and it's super special because एक तो आपने बहुत ज़्यादा admire किया हमारी पिछली conversations को और बहुत सारी feedback और comments दिए साथ साथ फरमाइश भी की. You had requests for certain guests and we are fulfilling one of the most requested desires जो आपने हमें भेजी हैं. आज हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं someone who's a dear friend, someone who's an icon and most importantly I see her as a very strong advocate for accepting yourself, for loving yourself, and that's, I think, something that all women, all girls in Pakistan need a lot. हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं a celebrated, award-winning makeup artist, an entrepreneur, and someone I'm delighted to call a friend, Natasha Ali Lakhani. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Sidra. How are you?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक. आप कैसी हैं?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक.
I'm sure, you've been told this many times that you have this calmness about you. And whenever you're there, it's like, it's not like कि spark नहीं है, spark बहुत ज़्यादा है, but at the same time, you have an effect on people. You are like a movie star.
Oh, you guys are too sweet, and I hope my husband's seeing this podcast, being like, I'll tell them how calm she is.
मुझे ये बताओ Natasha कि when you get public attention, you get a lot of response. Like I see you as holding the fort for very strong ideas और शुरू में मुझे लगता था इन बातों को जो आप कह जाती हैं बड़ी आसानी से ये बड़ी intense हैं and people are unable to stomach that. How did you gain that strong voice?
I think anyone who has a strong voice or anyone, you say I'm an advocate of self-acceptance and, and accepting yourself for who you are. It's because I've always had trouble doing it too. So even people who advocate for anything, I think are people who've always battled with those things, right? So I feel like growing up, these were my battles.
आपने hint किया था, were you bullied growing up?
Absolutely bullied. I went through a phase where my puberty तो बस ऐसी थी कि बस अल्लाह ने कहा था कि I'm going to make you grow up very early in life. So it kind of hit me in the middle of both my eyes. I was like, what happened? And I had this gorgeous, stunning mother, movie star, good-looking mother. And I was always compared. So very early as a kid, I started to ask questions, okay, why does this matter? Who has told me that I'm good looking or I'm not good looking or I'm ugly or whatever that you feel that when you're being bullied. So I think this stuff really makes builds a spine. So in hindsight, I'm so glad I went through it.
So what were the struggles? Like when you say a very difficult adolescence, what does that entail?
So I was picked on for the way I looked. I had skin issues, weight issues. I was a very shy, crippling shy, kid. I was a people pleaser, which is what happens when you feel underconfident, right? So yeah, those were the struggles which I think a lot of girls go through when they're growing up, Lucky for me, the thing that worked for me was the pressure for looking a certain way didn't exist at home. So I remember the first awareness came from the fact that someone outside was reminding me. So when I would go to my mother or my sister was the cutest. She's like my sounding board, my guru, my lifeline. So I would go to her and say, Sabrina, am I ugly? And she said, no, you're fine. I think you're completely fine. Like, you're very cute. Like, I don't think you're ugly at all. So I remember the first time, the realization came from outside. But what kept me strong was that at home, looks were never a topic. So if I ever spoke, like my mother never made, even today, my mother doesn't harper on about our achievements or how we look. She's not that mom.
So as a family, you have a lot to be proud of. Like agar aapki generation ki baat karon, or your mother, your aunts, they've each had their claim to fame.
Yeah.
But of course, it's Madam Noor Jahan's family and clan. It is one of the most good-looking clans. So just to listen to you, कि आप कहो कि यार वो body insecurities थी, body shaming थी, bullying थी, it's very difficult to link the two.
I mean, I should share pictures from that particular era. The conversation again, like I said, because my grandmother was she was so stunning that everybody just expected that everybody that she was producing would be equally stunning. It's very kind that people say we all look good or etc. But everybody's had their journeys. It hasn't been easy. So everybody's had their ups and downs, even for acceptance. And I was there as well. So very early on, it made me develop the other sides of me. I knew I wanted to have more substance. I think it really, bullying or questioning about these things and not just relying on being a pretty looking face, I think builds character.
Natasha, not just one generation, many generations across countries, across the globe have grown up loving and being in love with the music that your Nano created. I mean, it's truly classic. It's like a piece of heritage that we have. But for any family member, you would see her as your Nano. When did you realize that she's Madame Noor Jahan? Is there a profound memory around that?
You know, we used to always ask my mom, what's the big deal about her? Like when we were younger, we used to go and say, but she's Nano, you know? When we go out, people are falling all over her, or at airports, we'd be like, do you know who's she, you know? So I remember suddenly being like, okay, she's someone. And then they were recording Tarannum, for which my mother, she was a compere. And she would introduce the songs and then Nano would sing. So I remember that I was fascinated. So when she was recording for that, I would go on set and I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to be like. This is who I want to be when I grow up. All these people around her, she was, you know, her clothes would be laid out and she would choose which sari. Her jewelry was chosen. She would dress up and I was like, oh my God, like, you know, so I remember that was the first time. और मैं जब weekends होते थे, I would ask my mom that can I stay back and watch the recording. So I still remember she recorded Duniya Kab Chup Rehti Hai and she said, you choose my sari today. So I used to love purple. So I chose this purple and gold sari. That video actually still is on YouTube and all. And I chose her jewelry. And I was over the moon that I said, you're going to wear what I chose? And she said, yeah, you chosen it. And जब मैं set पे गई, she said, ये तो मेरी नवासी आई है, ये क्या कुर्सी दी हुई है, सोफे लेके आओ. So I remember they brought like 7 different kinds of sofas, being like, जो पसंद है, जो उस पे बैठ जाए. And she said, you know, because my grandmother was very feminine, but she was you know, मैंने आदमियों को tremble करते हुए देखा when she would come on set, because that's the kind of respect also that she commanded, and she would not take anyone's BS.
कितनी दफ़ा आप उनके साथ इस तरह recordings पे गए हो, like television and otherwise?
A few times. I was much younger. I was quite young at that time, so my mother wouldn't, like, we weren't allowed. There was school, there was a lot of discipline, but we would be around her, and then usually at home. So I've seen her more cooking, you know, sitting with us, or coming back from, you know, work, tired, I could tell, you know, because she used to work a lot. And then, you know, always been so lovely. So I used to love makeup and all, even there. So I remember she would be like, I remember once mom was telling me off, that usne itni nail polishes khareed li hain, you can't put on nail polish and you can't put on makeup. We were always fighting about it. So my nana called me and said, kitni nail polishes li hain? I said 50 मैंने collect कर ली. कहती जाओ अब मैं पैसे देती हूँ, एक और 50 तुम जाओ खरीद के आओ, you know. So she was, you know, she would spoil, she was very loving. But she was a working woman. So she was working predominantly we didn't see so much of her when she was working. We actually saw a lot of her when she started to get very unwell.
And what were the conversations like? आप कई दफ़ा बात करते हो, you talk about the beauty secrets you've learned from her. She was absolutely, you know, an epitome of femininity. कि जिस तरह she would take, you know, she would give so much attention to detail. अभी तक उनके style की बात की जाती है. Was it all her? Did she have a team around her? Who was her inspiration?
All her style, her choices were hers. There was no team. There was just her. She was a one-man army, a one-woman army, not man. And it was all her. So she was, like I said, she was blessed in every way possible. You know, she was a singer, तो पूरी दुनिया जानती है कि क्या थी. पर खाना बनाना, you know, she would stitch her own clothes, she would cut her own hair. So decorating her house, keeping her home. So for anything and everything, she was blessed beyond belief by God. And she was truly his, you know, she used to say it herself कि मुझसे खुदा ने कुछ नहीं छुपाया.
अच्छा, मुझे indirectly उनसे कुछ सीखने का मौका मिला. I remember there was an ISPR event and Huma ji was performing some of her covers. तो मुझे याद है कि हम सारे बैठे हुए थे और हमें मेकअप आर्टिस्ट तैयार कर रहे थे. जब हमारे बाल बन चुके तो हुमा जी asked for her bag and she took out some money and she gave it to the makeup artist, and the makeup artist is like, नहीं आप फिक्र ना करें, we've been paid and whatever. And she's like, this is something I've picked from my mother because आप लोग मेहनत करते हैं और हम खूबसूरत लगते हैं. This is part of, you know, your talent और आपकी fun है, आपकी कला है ये. So she gave a little bit of shagun. And it was such a touching thing that I picked it up. So now every time I have a new makeup artist, I would make sure that there is a little bit of a goodness that you pass on to that. But is there कोई चीज़ जो आपने pick की हो, some life lesson?
I think I've picked up a lot from them. They were, like I was telling you, they were very spiritual women. So my nani, Huma ji, very spiritual women, very humble, very down to earth. मैं आप लोगों को देखती हूँ, the stars, or and some of them are also humble, but a lot of times I see attitudes or whatever. When people will say कि आप लोगों में कोई attitude नहीं, I'm like हम तो अपनी नानी के like जूतों के खाक के भी बराबर नहीं हैं. And when I've seen someone like her be as humble as I saw her, when she would come to Pakistan, she would bend down and kiss the ground, like I was telling you before, she would eat. She would first serve all her staff and then eat, So I think the biggest lesson I learned from them is how to just be with family, because everybody was very family oriented, and how, these kind of lessons you can't teach your children by just talking about them. So I think I've imbibed a lot of that, to really, and I was saying to someone a few days ago that, a lot of people who live with us where staff is concerned, this is another thing I realized I picked up from my family. They are more family than a lot of the family that you have around them. They support you in ways you cannot even imagine. What money would you give them to take care of your home or your children? And so a lot of my staff also becomes like our family. So they become like my sisters and my brothers, and that is another thing I've always learned. So till date, जो मेरी नानी के मुलाजिम थे जो अभी alive, they're still in touch with the family, whatever we can do for them is still done. So these are the things that I feel.
I think these are connections that you form. Yeah. And you're so right. मैं कल परसों भी किसी की बात सुन रही थी, उन्होंने कहा कि what makes a person a good person? उन्होंने कहा कि जी लोग आपकी तारीफ़ करें, आपके टैलेंट की तारीफ़ करें, but it's the people who see you on a daily basis in a very personal capacity. उनका जो आपके बारे में रिव्यू होता है ना, that's your real you, because how much pretending can you do? दुनिया के सामने तो आप मास्क लगा के आ सकते हैं, but that doesn't happen. So we've seen a lot of close family gatherings. Are you truly that close? यानी आमतौर पे पाकिस्तानी घरों के बारे में कहा जाता है sibling rivalry भी होती है, cousin rivalry भी होती है. How do you guys manage to keep it so amicable?
Alhamdulillah, everybody is very close, and again the credit goes to our elders. So we never saw कि उनने कभी किसी के बीच में, and we have a lot of people who married, remarried, second marriages हैं, बच्चे multiple, हैं. I used to laugh when I was younger. हमें हमेशा family tree draw करके बतानी पड़ती थी कि कौन, everybody's like, okay, who was that? But honestly, Sidra, I'm not just saying it because it's on television. We all get along with each other. There is so much mutual respect and love between everybody. A lot of times लोग पूछते हैं कि वो जो आपकी सौतेली खाला थी, तो 2 minutes है मैं चौंक जाती कि सौतेली कौन सी खाला की बात कर रहे हैं. Because Huma ji was like, she was actually like my grandmother, because she adored her children, her sisters, and she raised them because my nani was working.
Yes.
So I'm like, it doesn't even, I have to 2 minutes think who called, किसकी बात हो रही है, because she's saga and beyond saga to me, तो हम में सगा सौतेला नहीं है, सब एक दूसरे की बहुत इज्जत करते हैं, एंड इट्स बिकॉज हमारे बड़ों ने हमेशा इज्जत की. सब साथ बैठे, सबको साथ बिठाया, कभी किसी ने एक दूसरे के बारे में पॉइजन नहीं किया. यहाँ एक if you see here, there's a lot of toxicity that exists because a lot of people will sit down and be like, ये बुरी है, वो बुरी है. मैंने कभी till date, my parents also separated. My mother till date, अभी my puppy is in town, she's staying with us. She adores my mom, कल मेरे दादा कितने मेरे अब्बू के cousins आए हुए थे. And I was thinking, he was leaving and he said, अब हमेशा हमारी भाभी रहेंगी, to my mother. So there's so much love, it's because everybody who was involved was never made any animosity happen, any toxic environment happen. So it's made us all just love each other,
Madam Noor Jahan was born in Kasur. She was adored in India, all over the world. She divided her time between Dubai, London, Karachi, everywhere. Yeah. How do you identify as a family? Do you guys think that you hail from Lahore, from Karachi, from Pakistan? How does it, what's the identity like?
I think Lahore obviously has a big part of it. It wasn't just Nano. My Nana was there, so Nana Jhelum se the. So Lahore is one of those, it's a soul city, because a lot of our family was there. A lot of my childhood memories are there. Nana ke saath, Nano ke saath. Then my Chachi were there, So when we used to go to Lahore, there were all these homes and there was so much love, you know. Ab mujhe actually Lahore jana, I love Lahore also, but I also get sad because sab chale gaye. Huma ji was there.
Yes.
So Lahore has always been a soul city as far as family being there is concerned. But now I also feel like we've become like global citizens because itne sare family members are from different parts of the world. So people got married to different nationalities, you know. And I think that's how it should be, you know, to be able to adapt to any environment. We like that. So if you see our family, everybody's open-minded. Everybody's done exactly what they wanted to do. They live life by their own terms.
So you've had like makeup artists in the family, singers, designers, serial entrepreneurs, chefs, restaurant owners. What do you guys talk about when you sit together? हर एक की एक अपनी expertise है.
हम expertise की बिल्कुल बात नहीं करते. हम सिर्फ हंसते हैं, हम बहुत खाना खाते हैं. We laugh, we'll joke, we spend time together. आप साथ काम क्यों नहीं करते? Why is it that we see everybody doing their thing, but never a business collaboration has come together? I think maybe why not? I think there'd be never, nobody would be actually adverse. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but I think it just hasn't happened. Yet. Maybe naturally yet. But ऐसा नहीं कि हमने केयर करने की कोशिश नहीं की.
And it's beautiful how you take family reunion and trips together. आप लोग अभी साथ उम्रे पे भी गए हुए थे. अच्छा, मैं अपनी फैमिली के बारे में कहती हूँ, कभी कभार हमारी cousins and we are a big loud Punjabi family as well. मुझे लगता है हम कहीं साथ जाएंगे ना, उसकी एयरपोर्ट पे हमारी तस्वीरें लगी होंगी कि इनको साथ नहीं आने देना. Because I'm sure नोक झोंक भी तो होती होगी.
We are like a big, हमारी नोक झोंक नहीं होती, जो हमारे इर्द गिर्द होते हैं वो कहते हैं इनके साथ क्या किया जाएगा, जो मिल के करते हैं हम सबके साथ. Like even for Umrah, I was saying it's such a joy कि अब हम सब साथ जाते हैं, you know, and it's such a beautiful experience to go together. So we actually very rarely will have fights. It's not like we don't, but another really good thing that I have to credit my elders for is that they will sit and listen. तो अगर नोक झोंक हुई, our rule of thumb is nobody else gets involved and the people involved will directly have a conversation. कि ये हुआ क्यों हुआ. और till date the one constant advice is please do not get involved in my mess. This is my direct fight with someone. You please still go over, respect each other, love each other. Again, a great lesson to be like it, to not make it a bigger, you know, fight. It's always contained.
Actually, you're around so many strong women in your family. And your business is also women-oriented, right? Is it easy to deal with women?
No.
It is one-word answer. Nahi. No. How do you deal with them?
I think, honestly, मैं ये बार-बार कहती हूँ कि आदमियों पे तो हम secondary जाएंगे. Unfortunately, हमारी society में औरत ही औरत की सबसे बड़ी दुश्मन है. It's true. So I see a lot of that. You know, I see a lot of competition. I see a lot of generally being toxic with each other. A lot of one-upping each other. एक दूसरे के लिए खुश होना नहीं आता. एक दूसरे को celebrate करना नहीं आता. So I feel like अब trends are changing. Not that women don't, but you have to be at a secure place. You have to be a happy place.
आपके clients में से या just generally from your circles, Natasha, what is the most vicious thing you heard about yourself?
Oh, so many things. I can't even imagine. But I mean, of course, sometimes the feedback, I mean, a vicious thing to कहने को, you know, I was thinking कि क्या नहीं कहते लोग. And with us, what happened is because we were always in a family that was so...
In the public eye.
In the public eye, people being vicious has been the norm because जिसके दिल करता है, we can turn around and say something, right? But the good thing was that very early on, we all developed very thick skin. तो मुझे तो क्या कहेंगे, like actually these little things don't even bother me, and they truly don't. Because I feel like everybody is, you know, welcome to their opinion. And actually your opinion has so much more to say about you than it will have to say about me.
Yeah.
So when someone is giving their opinion, I always think, you know, I always take the good and the bad with a pinch of salt. So if you turn around and say, Natasha is the worst human being I've ever met, I'm like, great, okay, her feedback. And if someone comes and tells me I'm the best thing that's happened to planet Earth, I'm like, okay, great. Maybe that's.
But you get like a brilliant slice of life through your practice. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि you get to meet women who are at the verge of starting a new chapter in their lives. लेकिन हमारे यहाँ जैसे आम assumption है कि वेडिंग पे तो बहुत एम्फोसिस है. ओके, व्हाट एम आई गोना वेयर, व्हाट इज़ द लुक आई वांट टू कैरी, मेकअप मैंने नताशा से करवाना है. लेकिन इतनी ज़्यादा लाइफ प्लानिंग या मैरिज प्लानिंग नहीं की होती. इज़ दैट ट्रू?
बिल्कुल नहीं की होती. But I feel like we don't plan. Nobody knows what marriage is all about. Marriage is not at all about what dress you will wear or what your flowers were like or decor क्या था. अब वो तो 3 महीने बाद मैटर भी नहीं करेगा. और शादी चलाना दुनिया का सबसे शायद मुश्किल काम है. बहुत कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ की ज़रूरत है. बहुत अपने ऊपर all your demons come out in a marriage, right? And our girls are sent in there being completely, why do you think the divorce rates are so high now? Because girls are independent, men are independent, and if you think about it, if you do not have the capacity to mold and communicate and compromise, marriages can't work.
There's no growth mindset, no flexibility नहीं है. अच्छा, flexibility के unfortunately expectation भी लड़कियों से है. And girls are told कि you need to be a certain way. मुझे तो कुछ तो काफी docile भी लगती हैं. Do you think women suffer in marriages?
Absolutely. I have such young girls who come, they don't even know. So if the other reason why you get girls married young is they have not yet formed their mind.
Yes.
Right? So if you are being abusive or if you are not treating them well, they will become small and retreat. So a lot of times, even when I see brides' moms, I can tell on their face what their life has been like. You can tell by someone's aura, what their life has been like. And वो जो एक fight होती है और pushback होता है, a girl who is not yet completely an adult, they say your brain has not stopped forming till the age of 25.
Your prefrontal cortex is not developed entirely.
So if you're getting married prior to that, you don't know your mind yet. Mind पूरा बना ही नहीं, तो आप know क्या करेंगे. तो of course ज़्यादती होती, बहुत होती है. And you see, but I also tell women that the only person who's going to get up and make a difference is you. So no one's coming to save you. It doesn't matter whether you're married or not. Eventually यही lesson है life का कि आपके माँ बाप भी नहीं आपकी मदद कर सकते. Which is the truth. खुद ही उठ के आपने, जो भी, if you have to fight for yourself, if you have to change your life, you have to do it. You will have to do it.
I see this one topic come up so regularly. इसके बारे में कई celebrities ने भी बात की है. And I thought I'll take your comment on it. We've become a very ageist society. हम age shaming भी बहुत करते हैं. जहाँ हम complexion shaming, body shaming तो होती है. But women who have crossed maybe 30, they are seen to be less desirable. They're called out for that. चाहे आपका बड़े से बड़ा superstar क्यों ना हो, आपको लगता है कि आपको insult करने का right मिल गया. Oh, they should go back. It's almost like कि after 25 or 30, you expect women to stop existing. What would you say to that?
I always laugh and say that we all can be one age only once in life.
Yes.
So it's not like some of us are going to escape this. And I always laugh when people have opinions like this, because eventually when they turn a certain age, they're going to look back and be like, what? We used to think this was old. And everybody experiences that.
Yes.
I'll ask my father, he says, I still feel like I did when I was 16, beta. मुझे तो लगता ही नहीं कि मैं अपने आप को शीशे में देख के चौंक जाता हूँ कि ये कौन है. मुझे लगता है मैं वहाँ से कभी बड़ा ही नहीं हुआ. So, your mind doesn't age. It's your body that ages. And, aging is actually a privilege. That you are on planet Earth for long enough. Imagine if we all died at 25, what short lives we'd live. So I feel like opinions, देखो, we live in a world now कि बहुत सारी opinions हैं, हर तरीके की, like you said, color के बारे में होती है, weight के बारे में होती है, चलो अब age के बारे में भी है. तो I feel like for me, I always take, because women will say कि क्या किया जाए,
I'm sure people ask you for anti-aging advice.
But I always tell people that it'll only bother you if it's bothering you, it is bothering you. You are battling with it. So if someone turns around and says something to me, whatever be, something horrible, if I'm upset by it, it's because I somewhere believe that to be true.
Very true.
If I don't believe that to be true, I'll be like, this person is nuts. They're just saying this to me.
But women have so many factors that add to their insecurity. जैसे मिसाल के तौर पे आजकल बड़ी बात की जाती है the infidelity or the cheating of their husband. A lot of women assume and are unfortunately the mainstream television, the stories we tell, the dramas we watch, उन सब में ये दिखाया जाता है कि woman is getting older, she has responsibilities, she's raising the family, and the man's eye starts to rove around and wander. ये हकीकत है आपके ख्याल में, or this is just a reality being created?
Fidelity and infidelity is also a person. Every time I've seen some of the most gorgeous, you also know. Think about, you talk about Hugh Grant cheating on Elizabeth Hurley, was one of the most beautiful women in the world. And the woman he cheated on was, I don't know if I can say that on your podcast, but she was, when you looked at the Lady Diana. So, I mean, इतनी खूबसूरत औरतों पे चीटिंग हो सकती है, तो फिर चीटिंग हैज़ नथिंग टू डू विद हाउ यू लुक और हाउ यू or what age you are. It has to do with the fact that someone has something very hollow inside. So if you look at men who constantly cheat, or even women who constantly cheat, or are looking for something else, I think that the want to look elsewhere comes from the fact that they're empty, you know.
Did you ever fear being cheated on?
With my husband, earlier on, maybe, of course, I think we grow up fearing ke, but like I said, there's a cusp that I kind of walked. I think it's almost like a hill I walked over, and then it's not a possibility in my mind. So I feel like it also has a lot to do with your own personal reflection. So if you feel you're not worthy, you will attract a partner who will make you believe you are not worthy. You know what I mean? I feel like for me, we have very open conversation like Ali and me. So I know that the kind of man I've chosen, we may have other issues. I'm not saying every marriage has issues, every relationship has issues, and we have our own lot of issues that we'll battle upon. But infidelity is not one of them. It's too honest a relationship. I feel like if you feel that your relationship has reached a point where you want to be with someone else, give the respect to the other person to say, let's end this. This cannot exist anymore because I want another. You know?
Finish a chapter before beginning another.
And give that relationship its respect.
Yes.
You know, you've been with this person.
And
I
I
have the
think-
same issue when
बिल्कुल.
people get divorced or leave someone, उसकी बुराई करते हैं. हमने इतना साल गुजारे, अपने इतना वक्त गुजारा. How can you disrespect the person?
I think कहीं ना कहीं उनको ऐसा लगता है कि उनको अपने decision को justify करना है कि it's ended because the other guy was bad or the other person was bad. But you know what you remind me of is जिस तरह वो कहते हैं ना कि if the kind of partner that you've chosen for yourself is taken to be the reflection of how much self-love you have, would that be a compliment? That's a great reflection to do. Like अपने मियाँ को देखने के बाद या अपनी बीवी को देखने के बाद आप ये समझें कि यार this is the amount of self-love I have because this is what I've settled for or this is the person I've chosen.
I think they also bring about not just the self-love, but all the unhealed parts of you will be shown to you via your partner. If you're married long enough, if you're lucky, and if you're aware enough, they will bring up all that's also your shadow side comes up with your partners as well. So it's
Hypothetically speaking, if somebody comes in and claims that your partner is with them, what's your instinctive? What would be the first reaction?
So I think anger is anger, betrayal, sadness is a very, very real reaction, and I would have the same. So nobody is like, नहीं, मुझे तो ये बिल्कुल
फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता.
नहीं, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. गुस्सा भी आता है. You want to murder the other person. You want to murder your partner as well. But also it would be a huge indication of the fact that this is not aligned for me anymore. Like for me, I would eventually, when I calm down, make it about myself again. That why have I attracted this into my life? So you will only attract what you believe about yourself.
No, but हमारे यहाँ ये भी debate होती है ना Natasha कि if you find out some people blame the third party and they start assuming कि अच्छा ये third party ने आके कुछ करके attention seek कर ली. Some would argue कि यार the third party is not in a relationship with you. You've married your husband. So आप सिर्फ उसको blame करें या आप सिर्फ उससे पूछने के रवादार हैं. What would your advice be to women who are in a situation where there's a third party? अपने आप को gracefully कैसे conduct करें?
देखो, एक तो again I always say this कि it's to be in a calm state, and obviously logically one would think that you must, and it's the truth. You have to, your relationship is with your partner. The true culprit is the partner. Okay, they are the one who has gotten out of the bond that you have and has betrayed you. But the truth is, one does get angry with the second person as well, because we're human. We're all human. The instinctive reaction is get angry at both of them. I don't understand not getting angry at the partner and only at the other person. But I feel like my advice would be again to when calmness prevails and you can calm down, because initially तो वो एक knee jerk reaction होता है. कोई सब दुनिया की औरत का reaction होगा, आदमी का भी reaction होगा कि you feel like if you are an honest partner with your partner and they go ahead and do something that betrays you, there's a lot of anger and pain. But eventually I would come back and ask myself, what am I choosing? Why am I attracting this? And then the reaction of the partner will matter as well. What did they do after that happened? Because a lot of people say कि बिल्कुल छोड़ देना चाहिए, ख़त्म कर देना चाहिए. Life humbles you and you also realize that it's not always so easy, you know. So someone once told me that you come from a lot of privilege when you say कि छोड़ देना चाहिए, you know, क्योंकि आपके पास ये privilege है, आपके पास ये family background है, आप खुद पैसे you know financially secure हैं,
independent हैं.
तो आई फील लाइक इट्स ट्रू. ये आसान है कहना कि छोड़ दो, फिर बच्चे जब इन्वॉल्व होते हैं तो बहुत ट्रिकी हो जाता है. अब मेरे क्योंकि बच्चे हैं, आई रियलाइज ओ माय गॉड इट्स अ कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट बॉल गेम.
लेकिन अब इसी को अगर मैं पलट के आपसे सवाल करूं, आप अगर इंस्टिंक्टिवली लोगों को ये मशवरा दे रहे हो कि छोड़ देना चाहिए, आई एम आस्किंग यू, हाउ डू यू रीबिल्ड इट? हाउ डू यू कंटिन्यू लिविंग a somewhat normal life, co-parenting with a partner you know has cheated on you?
I think honesty can heal a lot of things in relationships. So for me, if my partner became honest with me, if that tragedy brings you
बड़ी हो नहीं
closer,
सकती. हाँ.
But you know, you also realize अगर उस tragedy की वजह से आप करीब हो जाएं तो फिर वो ट्रेजेडी नहीं रहती. यू नो, आई नो दिस इज समथिंग, अभी मैं बोलूँगी तो औरतें कहेंगी नहीं ये तो हम कभी भूल ही नहीं सकते और मैं तो कभी माफ ही नहीं कर सकती. बट द ट्रूथ ऑफ द मैटर इज आई नो ऑफ पीपल हु हैव moved ahead and built an honest relationship after that.
अच्छा, इसको जेंडर की लेंस से निकाल देते हैं. ताशा, हम शुरू में जब ऑफलाइन बात कर रहे थे, you also said कि there are many women who cheat on their partners as well.
Absolutely.
Do you think the men have the heart to forgive a cheating partner?
I think men have it much harder. Having said that, I know of men who've forgiven women who've cheated as well.
Okay.
So I know कि कुछ आदमी भी ऐसे हैं जो अपनी बीवियों को वापस ले लेते हैं, अपने बच्चों की वजह से माफ़ भी कर देते हैं, you know. So it's a very delicate, sad situation that happens in a relationship. But I think if two people are, because you see, eventually love and all is great, but it kind of transforms and goes out of the window. You love each other in a different way. You know, imagine ये जो एक long-term relationship है, you live with them longer than you do with your parents, with your siblings. Some people are married for 45, 50 years.
Yes.
It's a lifetime, right? If it's a serial cheater, please leave. If there's someone who's done it again and again and again, leave them immediately. There is no going back. This person will constantly do it.
Man or woman.
Man or woman. जिसने बार एक दफ़ा कर दी, दूसरी दफ़ा कर दिया, इसका मतलब ये इनका पैटर्न और ज़िंदगी भर नहीं बदलेगा. बट ये जो गेजिंग है ना, कुछ मैं जानती हूँ, कुछ I would say, जिन लोगों से गलतियाँ हुई हैं और फिर उनने सुधारी हैं, सारी ज़िंदगी सुधारी हैं कि माफ़ कर दो और ये अब हमसे गलती और नहीं करेंगे. औरतें भी, आदमी भी. एंड आई फील लाइक इफ़ यू कैन फाइंड दैट देन मे बी फॉरगिवनेस इज ईजी, बट इट इज़ it's a tricky line and you have to gauge.
What has been the biggest struggle for you in your married life?
We are two very independent, very strong-headed people.
Okay.
So because I was so strong-headed, I realized that I could only get married to someone who was also strong-headed, because otherwise I would, you know, I needed a personality who would stand up to me rather in things that were maybe wrong or, you know. So I feel like with us, the biggest hurdle has been that we have had to really mellow and allow each other the space to be each other's partners. I was very independent, he was very independent. तो दूसरे की कहते थे क्या नहीं, ये तो खुद करने की आदत थी. तो slowly we've given each other, like, you know, we were like a tornado meets a volcano, like it was like that.
And you realized that you were these very high voltage personalities during the courting, या ये शादी के बाद पता चला?
During the courting we knew. Sometimes I'm like, how did we get married knowing this very well? But we did. And then there was I think 2 years after we got married, we decided कि हमने शादी कर ली. अब हम और नहीं लड़ सकते. Like over the things, the first 2 years were very turbulent, you know. Because again, there was we were both not allowing the other to come in and have their space. And this is what happens when two people come together who are very, I think, independent and strong-headed. So for us, there has this allowance of each other. We've had to dance, and then the children came and they really softened those edges. You know, we've learned a lot through our children, so they came to teach us some very big lessons as well.
पाकिस्तान में जैसे होता है कि आपकी शादी और आपकी पेरेंटिंग को लेकर लोगों के पास बहुत एडवाइस होती है, आप मांगे ना मांगे आपको मिल जाती है. Some of the key opinions people had towards your parenting choices.
So I was very clear. I think एक तो मैं वैसे ही काफ़ी बोल देती हूँ, किसी को भी सबको बोल देती हूँ जो मुझे बोलना होता है, अच्छा बुरा whatever, because I feel like I'm very particular about my boundaries, you know. कोई थी नहीं, like you said, you know, जब you've been bullied or you've had, you know.
आप पीपल प्लीजर होते हैं ना, लाइक ऑफलाइन हम बात ये कर रहे थे कि आई थिंक आई एम अ रिकवरिंग पीपल प्लीजर. मैं अगर अपनी बाउंड्रीज को असर्ट करती भी हूँ तो बाद में मुझे कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा गिल्ट हो रहा होता है, थोड़ा सा आई एम फीलिंग बैड, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आई वांट एवरीबडी टू लाइक मी, व्हिच आई थिंक इज काइंड ऑफ माय टॉक्सिक ट्रेट.
Yeah. And for me, I feel like for me मेरा opposite है. It's very necessary for me to create a boundary because I don't like any kind. I don't want to disrespect someone, but if someone disrespects me, well, be ready to be told off or told
Taste of
that
your
you
medicine.
Yeah, absolutely. और ये भी एक skill होनी चाहिए दूसरे की.
बिल्कुल.
Because you're protecting yourself, you're respecting yourself. So everybody is very clear कि बहुत कम लोग हैं जो मेरे पास आके मुझे कोई भी advice as such देते हैं. But with my kid, I had very strong boundaries over the fact that I will tell my family and people I don't want too many compliments about my children's looks. Compliments भी नहीं, and please I don't want opinions about my children's looks. I don't want any comparisons. I will immediately nip it in the bud. I will immediately tell the person, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable with you saying that around my child. Please don't say that. Because again, that's something, and my mother is very particular now. Ammi is so particular कि वो शानूर सुन रही है, किसी ने क्या बोला. And with me, she wasn't that particular. She was also a young mom.
Yes.
So, you know, she's also learned, okay, you know, she wasn't able to do that for me, to protect me from that. Because उस वक्त ज़माने में ये होता था कि बदतमीज़ी लगती है, आप दूसरे को कैसे कह सकते हैं, you know.
But were you close to your mother to even bring it up with her? Like आप पहले जैसे बात करते, you went to your sister and told her कि, you know, someone said this to me, it's not nice. Did you ever confess to your mom?
Yeah, I would tell her, and my mom would be like, really, अच्छा, who, अच्छा, really. But
मत सोचो इस बारे में.
Yeah, I wish she would have now in hindsight also been that barrier, because parents have to stand up for a young kid and say कि नहीं, don't say that. Ammi would, because ये indoctrination है जो हमारे older generation में है कि नहीं बोलो, छोटी बात है, बड़ों ने कह दी तो क्या बड़ी बात है. I'm like नहीं, बड़ी बात है. तो अब वो मुझे बच्चों में भी है. तो actually, to be honest, advice मुझे कम ही लोग देते हैं.
कम देते हैं. But did they have an opinion about it? Because I think you've been very open about the fact that you have help.
Yeah.
And you made it a point that there should be help available. Yeah. There's so many women in Pakistan जिनके पास affordability मसला नहीं है, लेकिन कोई support system नहीं है, Natasha.
No, I was so particular that my husband helped me 50%. He had to put in 50%. He's also a great dad, so he was happy to do it. But I also feel like if I had completely been like मैं ही करूँगी, तो शायद he would have been like ठीक है, फिर you know करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So I was very adamant that regardless of the fact that he's running the house or whatever, that he had to bring in that 50%. And then I was very adamant that I have a support system, because until unless you have a support system, it's a recipe to lose your mind having children and raising them. So I think there should be no guilt associated with it. And a lot of people will say कि नहीं, मैं तो अपने बच्चे को खुद ही पालती हूँ. I'm like, ठीक है, you know, whatever medal you have, you can share with me, because no one's going to give it. Your own children, जिस बच्चे को पाल रहे हैं, वो भी, मैं तो अपने बच्चों को भी कहती हूँ, कोई बच्चा ही ऐसा नहीं जो आके थैंक यू बोलेगा. दिल भी एक आपने कोई गलती की थी, which is true.
और आपकी अपनी चॉइस थी कि अगर आपने ऐसा किया, this is your choice of parenting, तो please make smarter choices.
Yes, absolutely.
What scares you?
What scares me? It's actually, you know, if you had asked me 2 years ago, I had such a fear of the unknown, and I was a control freak. And then I gave birth to my son, and in these last year and a half, there's been a transformation, you know. The only fear today, I think, जो हम सब में ही होता है, is to lose loved ones. You know, that's the ultimate fear, that your loved,
especially with your parents, I guess,
with your parents,
because you see them becoming frail and aging.
Older.
Yeah.
But in the last year and a half, I would say I've had like a spiritual transformation, and I have realized that nothing is in our control. We are not controlling a thing. Things will happen good and things will happen bad. And they are all connected with a greater purpose, and they all happen for the larger plan that is in motion. And we are all here for a certain period of time on planet Earth to learn our lessons. And it is with the grace that we will face adversity. अच्छी चीज़ें तो बहुत, हर कोई अच्छी चीज़ों से you know face करता है. पर जिस तरह आप अपनी ज़िंदगी की मुश्किलात से डील करते हैं ना, that is what defines what happens with you and what.
And if I may ask you, जिंदगी में सबसे मुश्किल वक्त कौन सा लगता है when you look back? The most difficult.
This last year and a half.
The last year and a half.
Yeah.
And what was adding to that struggle?
I mean, I wouldn't talk about it actually, but I mean, there have been a lot of things. Sometimes, you know, you hit a certain period in time and it's almost like log usko kehte hain they call it a midlife crisis. But I think it's a bad choice of words. And I think for me, it was like growth. Growth happened. And growth is the most, you know, जो true growth होती है ना, जब आप grow कर रहे होते हैं, जब bones grow हो रहे होते हैं, there's pain, you know, you feel like, oh God, you know, when kids are going through puberty or whatever, your voice changes, body hurts, you feel hungry, you feel cold or whatever.
That caterpillar that has to get through that resistance to become a butterfly.
So I feel like this last year and a half, I've gone back to being a caterpillar. And I am yet to become who I'm meant to be. So I'm somewhere right now hovering in the middle of those two, you know, things. And the interesting bit is that if you ask me, even during the most difficult times, would you reverse it? I don't know. I don't think so.
You'd still go through it. Because there's so much learning, growth, wisdom in that.
Learning, growth, wisdom. And also to turn around and thank God when everything is good is very easy. But to keep your faith and turn it around and make it into something positive and brave it and say, you know what, I'm going to make the best out of this situation. और हाँ, ये situations हम सबकी ज़िंदगी में आएंगी, आपकी भी आई होंगी, you know, सबकी आएंगी, right? So, but I really feel these are the times that define you as a human being. They also define your life. कि आप क्या बनेंगे? Will you be like, hi, you'll meet people, like हमारे साथ तो हमेशा ही बुरा होता है, हमारे साथ सारी ज़िंदगी बुरा हुआ. I'm like, अब इस narrative के साथ और क्या हो सकता है? And then, you know, like if you ask my grandmother, she had a lot of trials and tribulations during her time, you know, but always her first word used to be Alhamdulillah. और मुझे ज़िंदगी में खुदा ने कभी कोई कुछ मुश्किल दी ही नहीं है. She used to say कि मुझे सिर्फ ब्लेस किया खुदा ने. वो कहती है मैं सारा दिन जाने मास पे सिर्फ अगर मैं शुक्राना पढ़ूँ ना, वो भी कम है मेरे लिए. तो whenever she was going through hard times, and there were many things that she battled all alone, you know, at a time when उस वक्त तो कोई सपोर्ट ही नहीं थी एक सिंगल औरत की, जो वर्किंग वूमन भी थी, जिसने अपने बच्चों को भी बड़ा किया, जिन्हें you know एक लेगेसी छोड़ी है. पर उसके पीछे बहुत सारी ट्रायल्स थी. Never have I heard her say that God is testing me और ये मेरे साथ क्यों. She used to always say Alhamdulillah.
Is there any of her songs that you, since you have shared with us कि ये पिछले 1.5-2 साल मुश्किल थे, कोई ऐसा गाना, कोई ऐसा काम जो अब समझ में आया ना, now that you know you're wiser and you've evolved and you're like, okay, अब मुझे समझ आया इसका मतलब क्या था?
I think there's so many of her songs that I love her. मैंने हर कांटा तेरी राह का पलकों से चुना. That's a beautiful one as well. Very beautiful. A lot of her songs are very romantic songs. और अली और अब हम हंसते हैं कि जब आप you know you're going out with each other or quoting each other, you will turn around, हर romantic song ना आपको लगता है कि your beloved के बारे में,
इसी के बारे में.
जब आपके बच्चे हो जाते हैं ना, तो फिर I swear to God, आपको हर romantic song लगता है कि आपके बच्चों के लिए लिखा गया है. So every romantic song, when I think of it, you know, or when I even think of my grandmother's song, I just think of my babies, you know, and it's the same for Ali. So we'll be listening to a romantic song, then we both look at each other and we burst out laughing because I'm like, you're thinking about Shanur, I'm thinking about Muhammad Sulaiman. So that's lovely as well.
Apple of my eye, jo hota hai. But tell me something. You're public facing. You have a strong following yourself. When you're going through struggle and yet आपने अपना काम करना है, ये मैं अपने ऊपर भी रख के बात करती हूँ कि good and bad days are there. और कभी कभार सुबह उठकर दोबारा से दुनिया को face करना. You have to look a certain way. You have to still deliver at your work. It's hard. What's your process of continuing? Yeah, do you at times feel like an imposter?
No, absolutely. And I'm telling you, I mean, as much as I can, I also speak about my struggles on my platform. You know, so you'll also see a picture of me completely like with hair flying and no makeup, and then you'll see me dressed up. I'll speak about, there was a video that I posted where I'm just crying. Someone said, how do you do it all? I put up that question. How do you do it so efficiently and you're always
effortlessly,
happy?
Aram se.
So the video was of me breaking down at some moment in
what
time.
What triggered it?
Just crying. You know, life can be so overwhelming, right? And I wanted to share that because people believe that when you look at social media that everything is perfect. It's not, you know. And for me, 100%, there's so many times when you have to put up your face and be like, okay, I need to. And that is also, it is self-defense. सोचें अगर आप 24 घंटे ही गिर जाते हैं हर बात के बाद तो फिर किस तरह जिंदगी जी सकते हैं ना. तो एक हद तक इट्स गुड टू पुट ऑन दैट like armor and be like okay I have to do certain things in life.
I think that's discipline na. आपको चाहे कुछ भी हो there have to be some things which have to be non-negotiables. कि मैंने फिर भी उठना है, मैंने काम करना है, I have to deliver. It's almost like having sense of purpose. And now when I look back and you were talking about Madam Noor Jahan, I mean ups or downs, but she continued producing great work. और ख़ास तौर पे मुझे लगता है कि creative लोगों के लिए ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है.
मुश्किल भी होता है, but it's also an outlet. So I feel like work has always for me also been one of those things that makes me happy. And after you have kids, you lose your identity. If you're not working, I feel like, you get into this, it's only mums will understand कि वो क्या वक्त होता है जब आप सिर्फ घर में एक बच्चे के साथ हैं. You're trying to make the kid live, literally survive. You are their survivor.
और 10,000 आपको ऐसा लग रहा होता है कि आपके जहन में ख्याल आ रहे हैं. You're always scared. You always feel you've done something wrong.
Yeah, no, it is overwhelming. It is thankless. It's repetitive, But in that, when you find those moments to go back to your old self, where you get excited about a project, or if you even go and get a blow dry, you literally wash your face and you're like, मैं जिंदा हूँ, मेरे पास कुछ, I can wash my face.
I'm civil and I smell good.
Yeah. So I feel like these are little pick-me-ups, and even work can be a great outlet also, And then of course you crash also, and then there have been times when I literally cannot move for a few days. That nobody will see ever on social media को हम लगाते नहीं.
हम curated रखते हैं ना, सारा जो content होता है, it's the best parts. But have you ever had any of your clients who you helped them become beautiful brides and they come back and they shook you, like you were shocked कि यार इसने साल भर में या 2 साल में अपना क्या हाल किया है? कभी ऐसा हुआ है?
But I also realized that we're all at that boat. When I see another one, because I've been through the beats, I'll see someone struggling and I'm like, I see you. I know what's happening. She's just had a kid or 2 kids now. She's struggling to keep them alive literally. Because, जो बाकी सारे दुनिया में जो, animals के जो बच्चे होते हैं, they're born big enough that they can fend for themselves. Our children cannot fend for themselves. You literally a child will, die if the mother is not taking care of it.
Like the first 100 days, the first 5 years, the first 10 years, different challenges, but you have to be on your toes.
I also see in them, but I'll also have so much compassion now because I've been through it. So I know, and they'll always hard on themselves because they'll sit in the chair and be like, मैं बहुत पतली थी, I know मैंने weight बहुत gain कर लिया. Before I'll say anything.
मेरी skin खराब हो गई है, मेरे बाल गिर गए हैं.
So they want to give her excuse के like they almost have to tell me why, and I always tell them that you're looking great, you're looking beautiful, you become a mom and don't worry about it. तो औरतें तो already इतनी apologetic होती हैं बेचारी कि हम तो अब I haven't somehow maintained some insane standard that I'm supposed to maintain.
Do you think social media is adding to that pressure?
100,000,000%, of course. It's a different animal now. We are constantly bombarded with these beautiful visuals of beautiful women all the time. Yahan flip, wahan flip, and suddenly they've
and they start really young. 9 saal ki bachchiyan, the Sephora kids, the Sephora girls. You have a strong opinion about that.
I feel like, I just feel like, where are we going? And I had a mustache till I was like 18 years of age, a big one, and we were so unaware. And I'm so thankful कि वो टाइम हमें मिला कि जहाँ हमें परवाह ही नहीं होती कि कंघी की है नहीं की है. I remember पहली my खाला took me to a prescriptives एक ब्रांड होता था मेकअप का. हम क्लीवलैंड में थे, नानू की तबीयत ख़राब थी तो we were all there. She was at the Cleveland clinic and she said, Meejan, if you are so committed to wearing lipstick, तो सबसे पहले तो ये मूंछ जो आपने लिपस्टिक के ऊपर है ना, इसको उतारना पड़ेगा. Because she said, Hina, this child wears lipstick, she wants to wear gloss all the time, and then you have this mooch on top of it, So I still remember Khala took me for threading. And I was like, oh my God, अच्छा threading भी कोई चीज़ को. My mother kept us very unaware. I was on my high school volleyball team. We played, we swam. So we were never conscious कि skin color क्या है और makeup mama करने नहीं देती थी. इतनी हमारी लड़ाइयाँ हुई हैं makeup पे. So it is a privilege to allow your children to just be.
Yes.
And imagine a child who has all of this happening from year 9, what it would be like to be like 40. By the time she's 40, imagine the amount of negativity that she would have soaked in. And you're hearing of children committing suicide. Suicide rates are higher than ever.
अच्छा, जो schools have changed, यानी हमने वो वाला time देखा है when there were terrorist attacks. So I think for me a big shock was when they had those barriers and cameras and checking and checkpoints कि आप अपने school के पास गाड़ी नहीं ले जा सकते. तो schools became unsafe. And then add to that the fact, जैसे हम अभी बात कर रहे हैं, the comparison. COVID में there was a study conducted because सारी classes online हो रही थी. There were certain kids who would never switch on their cameras. Because it was comparison, it was in your face कि अच्छा उसका कमरा कैसे दिख रहा है, उसकी skin कितनी साफ है, and I'm not good enough to be on camera. So I think we are raising a generation that is unfortunately becoming more superficial, more aware, more I think concerned about the way they look and what they consume. लेकिन आपको, do you have any hope, like your kids would be Gen Alpha?
Yeah.
How is Gen Alpha different?
So you see, it's so funny. So my daughter recently came to me and she said, Mama, why are you white and why am I brown?
She said that.
Yeah. So I got really taken aback because we never discuss anything at home. And she's only told all the time how precious she is, etc. Somebody must have said something, and now she goes to school also. She'll also go to play dates. I don't know where she heard this, or it was her observation, So I said, they're all kinds of skin tones, they're brown. Look at your dad's skin tones. He said, look, you're mine. And she said, no, but I don't want to be your skin tone. Why am I not like my mom, So we sat and had a long conversation, and then I showed her all these beautiful, I said, but I said, I just want to have your golden, gorgeous, beautiful skin. And, I wish I had it. Like, I want this and you want mine. And we had a whole little discussion that her little mind, jitna uska little mind can soak in right now. But I realize again, the times are what they are,
Yes.
We will have to have more honest conversations with our girls and boys, saying it exists. So a lot of people say कि बात मत करो इसके बारे में. भाई जो चीज़ constantly वो face करेंगे उसके बारे में कैसे बात नहीं हो पा रहा है.
बिल्कुल, और देख रहे हैं उनको, अब नजर भी तो आ रहा है.
And you see, again for me, I say इतनी bullying जो भी हुई, the best thing was that I never encountered it from my mother or from my family members. That breaks someone. So I see so many moms coming who are awful to their children. I see a lot of moms coming and speaking about.
And you say moms and not mothers-in-law. वो भी notice किया होगा.
Mothers-in-law तो करती हैं, पर moms, mother-in-law तो चलो you'll still be like mother-in-law, पर सगी माँ. So I remember I had a student, a good-looking girl, that in my classes I always speak about many topics. Hamesha we speak about motherhood and women and parents and how we feel, and it always goes into those areas because I'm passionate about speaking about it. So this girl who was very good looking just burst out crying. We were talking about, and I was telling her how much I tell my daughter every day that she's the most beautiful girl, and not just beautiful, that she's creative, that she's intelligent. Because you have to make the compliments a variety of compliments. Can't be focused on what they look like. And she just burst out crying, and she said, I grew up so good looking that I never was bullied. So I was always a good looking kid, then I was a good looking adult. And she said, when I got married, my daughter has always been very big and she doesn't look like me. So she said now that she's 9 years old, she's gained a lot of weight. And what I do to her is that every day when she wakes up, I tell her how ugly she is and how fat she is. Because I am so scared of what people are going to do with her that I feel like this behavior will encourage her to lose the weight. I was like, and she kept crying because she knew what she was doing to her daughter. So there's so many moms who cripple their daughters. Your mother's voice is your strongest voice.
So I think it's amazing because so many women don't get a chance for that kind of counseling. I mean, when you have that circle of trust, आप at least बैठ के बात कर सकते हैं. आपको पता भी हो कि कुछ गलत हो रहा है, so you need to have that support system that doesn't judge you. But tell me something. These master classes are inspiring so many girls not just to groom themselves, but to actually formally become business owners and get into becoming a makeup artist and render these services. What would you say about the quality? What would you say about the work ethic? Do you think skill होना एक चीज़ है और दूसरी तरफ है आपका value system? How many of them have that?
So I think it's, we have so many talented women around us. Whenever I encounter women, I'm like, everyone is beautiful in their own. There'll be something so unique and beautiful about every woman I come across. So I see a lot of that. I see a lot of talent. And you see, getting into any service industry kind of business is a tricky thing because एक तो आपका creative side होता है जहाँ you're passionate and you're like, okay, you must learn your skills. Skills very important. That's what gets you clients. Repeat clients will happen, or your business grows because you're good at what you do, and that is related to skill, and that's related to creativity, and not only how you will do makeup, but now how you present it. Because social media is you have your own advertising agency in your hand, and you're advertising.
You're creating the content.
But one of the most difficult things to do is to learn how to deal with women. And dealing with women is another skill. So again, वही बातें आ जाती हैं कि learning how to create the right boundaries to also deliver a service, but then also not have. तो मैं सबसे ज़्यादा I was telling you before this talk as well कि जब I onboarded a new team member today, and he said कि मैं, I'm going to be working, I love dealing with in sales and I'm going to talk to women. I said, dealing with women is one of the hardest things to do. And he said, ma'am, आप पहली औरत हैं जो ये मुझे कह रही हैं. So I was laughing, being like, it's a difficult thing to do. So but that's the other skill they have to learn, how to deal with clientele, how to get your point across, also be professional. So client dealing with humans is the...
But I'm smiling because I'm remembering one of your content ideas जिसके अंदर you actually called out a mother-in-law who was bullying. It's like इनके बेटे के लिए चांद सी बहू ढूंढी जा रही थी.
The amount
Did
of
that
times,
actually happen?
yes, the amount of times mothers will come and say, it's almost like, I'm like, where are these good-looking sons? Because I don't really see them in Karachi very often. So I remember इतनी औरतें मदद लो आएँ कहेंगी ना, ये जो है ना ये इतनी प्यारी नहीं है, और जो मेरा बेटा है वो बहुत ही खूबसूरत है. I'm like, अच्छा, so this mother-in-law came, very good-looking daughter-in-law, sitting like this scared mouse, and I did her makeup. She was so happy with it. And then this is a power tactic. I see where people will come और कोई अच्छा लग रहा है and suddenly they'll be like, अच्छा ये क्या कर दिया है, ये तुम तो मेरे को अच्छी लगी. So immediately she kind of went down and he said, नहीं, the thing is ना, मेरा बेटा बहुत ही खूबसूरत है और ये इतनी प्यारी नहीं है. I said, अच्छा, तो मैंने कहा आने दो. I said, when he comes, I want to see this gorgeous looking son. So when he came,
ये है वो Greek god.
I was like, is this the good looking son? So मेरे मुंह से निकल गया, and I burst out laughing, and even the bride started laughing because she was laughing because of course, and the mother-in-law was like, what do you mean? I was like, is that the son that we have been going on for the last 2 hours, torturing this poor gorgeous soul, over? So these are all power tactics to get the other person. जरा आप एकदम आते ही दूसरे बंदे को निहत्ता कर दें कि आप कहें कि तुम तो इतनी अच्छी हो ही नहीं. And brides will come and also they say silly things like, मेरा मियाँ कद में छोटा है तो मेरा बाल ऊपर नहीं हो सकते because I can't be taller than him,
या मेरे मियाँ बहुत गोरे हैं
तो मुझे भी गोरा कर दें.
उन्होंने पहले मना कर दिया लाल लिपस्टिक नहीं लगाना.
And I always tell them, please get ready for yourself. Who cares what the husband likes or doesn't like? मैंने कहा उसको तैयार होने तो जैसे तैयार हो. तो अम्मी तक, बेटा तुम तो बजूके की तरह जो एडवाइस दे रही होती हो. मैं तो कभी कभी ब्राइड्स को शादी वाले दिन करी होती हूँ, मच करो शादी. Because they'll open up, or they're talking about something awful is happening. I'm like, why are you getting married? अब तो decor हो गया. I'm like, decor हो गया? Decor का कोई लेना देना नहीं है. शादी पूरी जिंदगी के लिए हो जाएगी. नहीं, अब तो decor हो गया, अब तो शादी हो गई.
अब तो शादी के dances भी prepare हो गए.
Mama's like, are you giving another bride advice to not get married? This is why they come to you. I'm like, मत करो. I always tell people till the last minute, आपका इख्तियार है कि आप कहें कि मैं इस उल्लू से शादी नहीं करना चाह रही. So I'm like, till the last minute, God has given you that. Yeah. I've done one of my brides. I've done her fourth marriage की भी शादी का makeup मैंने खुद किया था. तो बहुत दफ़ा repeat marriage, and I remember one of my brides
when you
was
could
so
see कि it's a red flag and they're unable to see 100%. that. और उसके बाद आपको पता चला.
And a lot of them come, when you see them on the walimas, oh my God, they're terrorized. Some of them are shaking. I remember one turned and said, बस यही है शादी. I said, I feel so bad. She was so disappointed. So I was like, I guess, But I also realized there's a lot of like build up for these weddings because everybody's like, शादी हो रही. Then suddenly it's like,
anti-climax.
Because फिर आपने उठ के ना, you have to get back to regular life. It's not going to be like they like जो husband, they like, you know, one of them और ये girls are also funny sometimes कि, you know, वो मेरे साथ वक्त नहीं गुजारते हैं और मुझे टाइम नहीं देते. I'm like, please find something to do. Your husband is working बेचारा, trying to pay bills. He cannot spend time with you all the time. नहीं, मुझसे बात नहीं करते फोन पे. I'm like, रात में एक दूसरे के साथ जब इतने घंटे देख लो तो उसके बाद फोन पे भी बात करनी भी ऐसे.
मुझे लगता है इट्स ऑल्सो ऑन अ सीरियस नोट नताशा, मुझे लगता है कि इट्स ऑल्सो बिकॉज सारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस हमारे यहाँ वही जो यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट द मदर्स, ट्रिप पे जाना है शादी के बाद, साड़ी पहननी है शादी के बाद, ये वाले इतने बाल कटवाने हैं शादी के बाद. तो वो शादी को आपने बना ही दिया ना द गेटवे टू ऑल प्रॉस्पेरिटी. तो वो उसके बाद एक्सपेक्टेशन
गेटवे जो है ना कभी कभी बस अल्लाह करे सबकी शादियां चले होपफुली, बट यू कैन टेल द डिवोर्स रेट्स आर थ्रू द रूफ बिकॉज क्लियरली इट्स नॉट समथिंग्स नॉट वर्किंग. सो ऑलवेज टेल पीपल कि प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ फॉर मैरिज. मैरिज इज अबाउट आप किस तरह एक दूसरे के साथ फाइनेंशियली रहेंगे, आप कैसे एक दूसरे के साथ इमोशनली रहेंगे, आप कैसे एक दूसरे के साथ को एक घर बनाएंगे. बहुत मुश्किल काम है शादी.
और क्या आपकी लाइफ गोल्स अलाइंड भी हैं. देखिए एक चीज़ होती है, लोग कहते हैं आप साथ में मिलके घर कैसे बनाएंगे, लेकिन आपका घर हो सकता है एक बीच हाउस हो, दूसरे ने माउंटेन्स पे रहना है. आई मीन देयर हैज़ टू बी सम अलाइनमेंट इन व्हाट यू वांट.
सबसे बड़ी लड़ाई तो इस बात की होती है कि पंखा चलेगा या एसी चलेगा. तो वो ही अलाइन नहीं होता. मेरा बेचारा हस्बैंड हेट्स द एयर कंडीशनर. So, सारी रात ही लाइक
लेकिन ये क्यों होता है कि एक को पंखा चाहिए, एक को एसी चाहिए, और ये ढूंढ के एक दूसरे से शादी कर लेते हैं. ये क्यों नहीं दो पंखे वाले या दो एसी वाले लोग आपस में शादी कर रहे हैं.
मैं इतने लोगों को जानती हूँ जिनकी यही लड़ाई है कि मैं सोचती हूँ कि ये इज इट लाइक व्हाट इज इट, व्हाई डज दिस हैपन. बट यू नो ऑन अ सीरियस नोट, मैरिज इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट थिंग्स टू निभाना. ना शादी करना आसान है और फिर निभाना बहुत मुश्किल है. एंड इट रिक्वायर्स वर्क, पेशेंस, कॉम्प्रोमाइज, द वांट टू कंटिन्यू. All of these things don't happen naturally.
I want to ask you one last question before, although I'm loving this conversation, I don't know why I want to end it, but वक्त भी हमारे पास कम है. मुझे ये बताएं कि you spoke about serial cheating. उसमें तो तुमने कहा कि भाई कोई लीवे देने की ज़रूरत नहीं. If it has happened twice, it's a pattern. And yet you also mentioned people who were marrying repeatedly. Is that a pattern as well? अगर किसी की दूसरी या तीसरी शादी हो, यानी things can go wrong in any situation, but is that a pattern? Is that a red flag?
Listen, the truth is a lot of times people also get judged for it कि इसकी दो शादियां थी. And then I know people जिनकी दो थी और फिर तीसरी बहुत सही, बहुत अच्छी और बहुत लंबी अच्छी शादी उन्होंने गुजारी. तो I feel like देखें ज़िंदगी लंबी है और क्यों ना करे फिर से कोई शादी. So I feel like जब एक दफ़ा टूट गई है तो I always wish for everybody who gets divorced that they find a partner again. It's the most worst thing to say कि नहीं अब तो शादी जैसे एक कोटा था और वो फेल हो गया, अब इसके बाद तो अकेले ही रहने की.
Done and dusted.
So I feel like no, absolutely. I feel like कि again motivations differ. Some people are maybe that difficult कि नहीं चलती, वो खुद भी अपने आप से बेजार होंगे. आप क्या उनको बेजार करेंगे? जो दूसरा बंदा जिसकी नहीं चल रही उससे पूछे ना कि nobody wants to, when people say कि डिवोर्स कर लिए, उसने डिवोर्स कर ली. घर को किसी को छोड़ना और घर को तोड़ना is maybe one of the most sad, awful things to happen to human beings.
अच्छा, और जितनी भी बुरी शादी हो, nobody intends to, nobody gets married with the intention of ever getting divorced. कोई नहीं कहता कि चलिए ट्राई करके देखते हैं, चली तो चली. And people have that.
And I truly believe if you are not happy, two people cannot be happy. It is a joyful thing to leave each other with good intention and wishes and be like अल्लाह करे तुम्हें भी कोई अच्छा मिल जाए और मुझे भी कोई अच्छा मिल जाए और ये ख़त्म कर लें हम.
But please don't throw a public divorce party because then you'll get trolled. जिसमें बहुत सारे लोग करते हैं divorce party दे रहे हैं अब हम.
Divorce party is stretching it a little bit, but of course I feel like life is long. One can keep growing, evolving, find a partner, find love. Life is long also and life is short also. So you shouldn't be living it alone. And family and companionship is lovely.
So I think that's beautiful. I have a friend who's of Greek origin and she lives in London. Her first marriage didn't work and mashallah she's happily married again. तो हमेशा जब बात करती थी कहती है अपने पहले husband को वो मेरा beta husband था. So I think you can have a beta husband and then you can be lucky after that.
And we laugh because a lot of people, in our family a lot of people have divorced and remarried. और हम तो अपने अगर आप कभी हमारी शादियों पे आएँ तो the ex-husbands are there, everybody gets along with everybody, we all love each other because I feel everybody made the right decisions and left each other with respect and said, let's not do this to each other. It's when you live together, the amount of people I know who live together are beyond bitter and horrible to each other. I would never want that.
And I think you can be cordial, and you should remember कि शादी खत्म हो रही है, but you still have a bond with co-parenting. If you have kids, then you still have to come together and be civil.
Co-parenting के भी अलावा, I always say, जिसके साथ एक relationship गुजारी है, उसके बारे में आप कैसे बुरा कह सकते हैं? I feel like wrap it up. It should be the end. The relationship has ended. You must respect. I don't respect people who sit there and say horrible things about their past exes or whatever, because I'm like, I don't respect you because you are not respecting someone that you once were with.
I would show a little bit of compassion. मुझे लगता है कि they are looking in some way or the other for closure. कुछ वैलिडेशन चाहिए, वही जो हम पहले बात कर रहे थे कि अगले को ब्लेम करेंगे तो अपने आप को सही साबित कर सकेंगे. हम अक्सर दूसरे को गलत साबित इसलिए करना चाहते हैं क्योंकि हमें लगता है हमने जो किया वो जस्टिफाई करना ज़रूरी है. बट नोबडी इज़ आस्किंग यू दैट. जैसे इन्होंने पहले कहा कि कोई उसका मेडल नहीं दे रहा, अगर मिले तो प्लीज़ हमें भी दिखा दे.
कोई किसी भी चीज़ का मेडल नहीं दे रहा होता. हम लोग बेचारे सभी लगे होते जो लगे हुए होते. Even your partner or your children will not come up till you go away from planet Earth. They'll be complaining about something and saying कि कुछ कर दें हमारे लिए, because nobody is actually coming in.
I think that's part and parcel of being a parent. But I absolutely enjoyed this conversation.
So did I.
It was honest, it was authentic, and as candid. Almost borderline raw. So I hope कि आपने भी यही महसूस किया हो. Thank you so much, Natasha, for making time. And truly, you're a beautiful person inside and outside. And I'm sure my viewers can see that. आपके content को लोग पसंद करते हैं, and I'm sure that they will love this conversation. Do send us your feedback. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Khuda Hafiz.